descriptions of the overall videos, and much more. Our packages include player profiles, where you can highlight your preferred positions, the club, the school, or league that you play in, your current contact of your coach, academics and accolades, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more, check below this video about all the packages and what we have to offer. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gwynedd Mercy University here on the last Thursday in May for tonight's WPSL Mid Atlantic Conference Commonwealth Division matchup between the visitors HEX FC Tempest and your LVU Rush. Thank you all for joining us here on this beautiful evening as we get things started between these two teams. We saw this Rush team last play on Tuesday, a decisive 4-1 victory over Hershey FC. My name's Dave Steinbach. I was there for that game. We're back here tonight at the home field of the Griffins. And during these summer months, the home field of your LVU Rush will be in their black home kits yet again, similar starting 11 to what we saw the other night. And they welcome this HEX FC team who are looking promising early on already as that attack is stalled ultimately by the back line of this LVU team, scooped up by the starting netminder, Anna Fiore. She started the game just a few days ago. She was relieved in the second half by her fellow goalkeeper, May Leedy. So we'll see how this game goes tonight. It is a HEX FC team. They're wearing those white kits. They're led by head coach Tim Robb, assisted by Sarah Oswald. And the coaching staff for this LVU Rush team, very pleased with what they saw the other night. 4 goals, 1 goal coming within the first 40 seconds of the contest. Just 36 seconds into the game when Brooke Edwards opened up the scoring 2 nights ago. She ended up with a hat trick in that game, and Cam Williams, the other goal for LVU. They give up the lone goal in the second half, but that was the closest the game was. They really did not let Hershey FC in it throughout its entirety, and they're looking for more of the same here tonight as they welcome a pretty tough HEX FC club to their home turf. That's a nice play in the middle of the field by Edwards just to keep it away from one of the HEX FC attackers. And now a pass to the inside of the box, threatening once again Hex. And they're able to push it along to Cam Williams. She tries to outlet Warinski. That's Lana Warinski, number 27. She was brilliant the other night, moving forward all around the offensive third. And she tries to get a ball, and it was blocked away by one of the center defenders of this Hex team and ballooned out of bounds near half field, where we will have our first throw-in of the evening. So I mentioned this is a similar starting lineup to what we saw the other night. One of the changes, Cameron Williams, she came off the bench. She just knocked it out of bounds right there. She gets the nod in the 11 to begin things here this evening. One of the goal scorers. She was fantastic in the latter stages of that first half and really throughout the entire second half as well. And we see number 21, Hannah Primware, was not at the game the other night. She gets the start here. Other than that, it's the same starting 9 along with Williams and Primware, the back line. It's Margot Kassenkar and Alexis Castro, number 17 and number 18, in that center back position. Flank to their right is number 21, Hannah Primware, and then Grace Craig to their left, number 28. And here's Alexandra Barish, one of those central midfielders for this LVU team. She'll charge forward. She's stalled by a couple of defenders in white, and it was last out of bounds. It'll go for a goal kick here. So Barish is accompanied by Sophia Mignon in that midfield position. We have Brooke Edwards in there as well, so we'll see if that trio right there can't form some sort of connective triangle throughout the first half here tonight in the game. They were very, very solid the other night in the midfield. Edwards moving forward, Mignon and Barish holding it down defensively in front of their back 4. And then the strikers, we already mentioned Warinski. She welcomes Megan Steinbach and Cam Williams to round out that front 3. This one's looped in and taken down off the chest by a Hex player in the box, but she was swarmed by a multitude of defenders, and it's just skied away for a throw-in on the far side for HEX. So we mentioned their head coach, their assistant coach, starting in net tonight for HEX FC, number 99, Samantha Merklin. Their back line here. We have number 14, Haley Winterstein, number 20, Caitlin DiCandilo, number 37, Catherine Crampton. And at the time being, looked like a 3-back. It will be a 4-back, though, on that left back position, number 36, Aubrey Bogard. That one played back to Fiore. She sends it for a ride, finds the foot of Steinbach. That's an errant touch for a second. Luckily, no HEX player was around her, and she gifts it to Grace Craig there at the left back position. Wanted Steinbach, cuts back to the middle of the field, almost gives it away and does give it away. Got past Mignon. And now Mignon trips up a HEX player. That right there is number 30, Ariano Parker, one of the forwards for this HEX FC Tempest squad. The midfielders for this team at number 7, Sarah Fisher, number 32, Elliot Forney, number 34, Aaron Stevenson, and the aforementioned number 36, Aubrey Bogard. The forwards, Ariana Parker, Ella Holmes, and Kira Lesko, as this one's going to be looped in by Forney, and a bit too close, had a lot of whip on it, but the direction was what failed Forney there, and it allows for Anna Fiore to come out and claim it as she allows her team to strut forward to the halfway line. I mentioned it was a 4-1 victory for this team the other night. They were brilliant from the start. They really never let their foot off the gas pedal. Credit to Hershey FC. They were able to battle back in the second half. They managed to get the 1 goal, but that was all for them. They left with a 3-goal defeat. And they're trying, this LVU team, to replicate as much of that as possible that we saw the other night. In the middle of the field, here's Mignon. Making the run forward was Edwards. Mignon decides to go across the field. That's a beautiful ball to Steinbach. She's one-on-one. This is where she can be really dangerous. And that's a great play there by the right back. Steinbach fights back for it. Gets a ball into the box. And Warinsky's there. And a shot away is wide. A great opportunity. Well done by a couple of players in black there in the box. And the ultimate shot that was taken sliced off the right foot of Warinsky and just wasn't able to direct it on goal. Consecutive head balls after that. Goal kick finds the foot of Catherine Crampton. She's in some trouble. She fends off Warinsky. And now they move it along in front of their coaching staff to Parker, who sends it forward. It allows for Holmes to chase. Casting car is going to get there first. And it'll actually be Fiore knocking it out to Castro. Heavy first touch, but she's able to claim it. And it looks like she wanted Edwards, maybe Steinbach. She split the two of them. And the pass there goes right to HEX. A nice combination play if they can get onto it. They cannot. The left foot of Castro swoops it away. It's deadened by Steinbach, and then she's dispossessed by Fisher. So pretty back and forth early on here, but these passes not as crisp as these coaching staffs would like them to be so far. Really, both teams hesitant with some of these. This is a long shot, and it's easily handled by Fiore. But a decent rip from what looks to be number 32. That right there is Elliot Forney. So Anna Fiore into the game early on here. About 9 minutes into this first half. Thank you all once again for joining us as a HEX FC player takes a brisk fall there. She was bumped by Edwards. And from just inside of their own half, they'll have a free kick in which Samantha Merklin will come up from her own cage to take. LVU 1-1 on the summer campaign. They fell to Keystone 2-0 last week. That 4-0 victory just 2 days ago against Hershey brought them level and trying to go above the 500 mark for the first time in their existence, if you would. This is the second year for this team. And it's been a much better start this summer as opposed to last, as Fiore sends it away, bounces just before the half line, taken down by Lesko. She's able to scurry past one. Defender draped all over her, sends it forward. Castro's there for LVU. Right back to Lesko. She'll dance. She's about 30 out here. Back to her right, and that's a great play by Mignon. Sends it away. Allows for the defense to reset. And they come right back with Parker. Tries to send it to the corner, and it trickles out of bounds. Goal kick or throw in. It'll be a goal kick. Well done by Cam Williams there, fending off her eminent defender. They go short off the goal kick. They find Castro. Now they find her partner in passing car. Far side, this is Craig. And in the middle, good touch from Edwards. Steinbach now will play it up. It was a hopeful ball trying to find Barish, and she does really all she could with that one. And back to Merklin. She'll go short to Catherine Crampton, one of her central defenders. It's been balanced so far, very equal between these two sides. One or two more opportunities for Hex. This could be one, though, for LVU. Edwards on the run. Sends it across, and she couldn't get really anything on that one, and it goes behind the net for a goal kick. Mignon back forward, touched away, back to Mignon. And she lost it momentarily, and it's going to be last off of her, and it allows for Merklin to regather.
What's that?
Here's Williams now, tries to touch it past her defender in Crampton. Crampton doing a nice job fending her off. Looking for some help. Slides it between Wawrinski and Williams to release one of her central defenders as they get out of danger for a second. This is Stevenson now. Crossfield pass to no one. And it flies out of bounds there. It'll be a throw-in for Grace Craig and this LVU Rush team. A decent start for both sides. I'm sure both coaching staffs will be encouraged by what they've seen. Threatening from both perspectives. And here's Steinbach trying to be dangerous once again. Gets inside the 18. And then she's fended off beautifully. That was Caitlin DiCandilo coming over from her left center back position and making a crucial play. You have to get those right in the box. And DiCandilo getting all of the ball there. As Steinbach could not get one across the face of goal. Now Steinbach once again, she's onside here. She's defended by Winterstein. Steinbach cuts back to the right, tries to get inside, splits two, shot away, and what a save! That was a terrific shot off the right foot of Megan Steinbach. She got in the box. She was able to dance around a pair of defenders, and the shot she got away, she couldn't place it much better. And the save from Samantha Merklin was beautiful. The outstretched right arm of Merklin keeps this game knotted up at 0, just over 15 minutes gone in this first half. As Williams down to our right sends one in with the right foot. It's high. It's to Merklin. She gets a right fist to it, a scramble for it, finds Steinbach, can't get the shot away, and it's directed clear by Hex. They can release one if they choose in Holmes, but they don't do that because Grace Craig was right there in front of Fisher, denying any outlet. Two substitutions set to partake for the first time tonight for LVU Rush. Entering the game for LVU, number 6, Haley Primware, and number 20, Jamie Webb. So Jamie Webb, she started the game just 48 hours ago, and now she gets her first taste of things here tonight as Cam Williams, once again, such a nuisance up top, almost dispossessed the central defender. Williams, Wawrinski, and Steinbach, they are so tough to deal with, that trio of forwards for this team. And then you add a couple of players behind them, Edwards, Barish into the attack. It's a really potent front three, front five if you expand it a little bit. Jamie Webb set to chase here. She has a defender barreling down on her in Parker. And it was Parker's presence. Jamie Webb just knocks it out of bounds. And number 6, Haley Primware, another player we did not see 2 nights ago for LVU. She gets her first action here tonight. That ball flies out to Steinbach. She got some space in the middle of the field, tries to get it to Williams. She does. Williams defended by one in Winterstein, and then sends it over the top for Edwards, and she receives. Tries to get it to that left foot. Does she have the speed there to go into each other? And it was last off of Edwards, as per our center official tonight, match referee Sean Gallagher. And here come a trio of substitutions for HEX FC. Now entering the game for HEX FC, number 33, Chloe Oden, number 35, Alina Fritz, and number 38, Maddie Anderson.
Thank you.
The trio of substitutions in for HEX FC, Chloe Uden, Elena Fritz, and Maddie Anderson as they get into the box. That one sent across, a shot taken on, and what a save by Fiore as she sprawled down to her left, full extension, to keep this game knotted at 0-0. A great opportunity there. So both teams in the last couple of minutes having terrific chances, setting their sights on opening the scoring here. That punt sent away and sent right back by one of those substitutions. Maddie Anderson now into the game here, gets a feel for things. And gets another touch on the ball, Anderson. That one sent forward. Very, very evenly played so far between both of these units. And that's a nice combination play, far side of the field, but the pace behind that touch from Lesko just had a little bit too much to it. And this rolling turf, LVU was happy to see it get out of bounds. The eventual throw in finds the feet of Williams, and now Steinbach tries to release Edwards. Edwards down that left side of the field. She's going to get there. She's got three entering the box. Williams, Barish, and Primware. Mignon takes one from about 25 out, and she did not connect with it the way she had envisioned. And it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Now entering the game for LVU, number 2, Madison Major. So Alexis Castro departs. He's replaced by Madison Major, as once again Steinbach shot, and it's just wide. Once again, another premium opportunity for this LVU team. Last 5 minutes, they have been sensational moving forward, and now Steinbach will depart from the game to be replaced by number 14, Lucy Greenstein. Now entering the game for LVU, number 14, Lucy Greenstein. So Lucy Greenstein replaces Megan Steinbach. There's a very, very good first 22 minutes or so for Steinbach here in this game, 21 minutes about. She was lively moving forward, created a lot of opportunity. And now we have a duo of substitutions for HEX FC. So 2 new faces enter into this one for HEX FC Tempest. Number 3, Ava Hisong, and number 23, Lola Wojciechowski. As a throw-in for LVU on the far side of the field, speared away by the right boot of Winterstein. And Kassinkar blocks off her oncoming HEX attacker, number 33. That's just over 22 minutes to go here in this first half. Still 0-0 between LVU and HEX. As Major plays it back to Fiore, gives it right back to Madison Major. She'll take a few dollops forward. Kassinkar back to Major. And Major, that's a great ball to find Williams. She's outletted. She's got Edwards in the middle. Joining things on the far side is Primware. Williams back to the right foot, tries to cut in, and that's terrifically defended there by, once again, this back line of HEX. They are quite some unit, and Williams, she's got a lot to her name as well. She once again tries to strip one of those defenders. Couldn't do anything with it. Far side of the field, that's a good ball to try to get it past Barish, and it does find Anderson. She tries to outlet a few, and it has just enough steam to roll in on Anna Fiore, and she'll get it right back into play with Major. Once again, whether it be Steinbach or Edwards, that time it was Williams, they always present that threat to get in behind the defense. Their speed, we saw it the other night, Williams and Edwards, really 2 out of those 4 goals, just their sheer speed alone allowed for them to run onto that ball in front of those defenders from Hershey. That's something that HEX has to keep in the back of their mind. They don't want to be too flat there in the back. That's a good ball played in. Fiore well off her line, and she comes together. So the last 10 to 12 minutes, it's really been all action down to our right. It has been LVU Rush asking a lot of the questions, And this solidified back line of HEX has been up to the task. It has been a privilege to watch so far as we inch up to 20 minutes to go here in this first half. And the one thing that HEX FC has going for them right now, they can switch the field with the best of them at the moment. They are always looking to kind of get a different outlook on things and get those wingers who are really being left open about 10 yards, really trying to get them into action. Here come two more substitutions for HEX FC. Entering the game for HEX FC, number 11, Erin Seabrook, and number 39, Samantha Bardener. So we've seen almost the entire HEX FC roster here in this first half. Number 39, Samantha Bardener, and number 11, Erin Seabrook. They get their legs going in this one. That one sent all the way back for Merklin to play with, and that one just gets over the head of Primware, and Merklin's able to find it with Ava Hissong now. And now that's a crunching tackle that was Barish right there in the middle of the park. And now a whistle just a few moments after that Alexandra Barish tackle. It'll be a free kick played in. And here come two more substitutions for LVU. Now entering the game for LVU, number 12, Sarah Hurley, and number 30, Megan Quinn. So this one going to be played in by Anderson right where the yellow lines meet. It's a great ball, back post, but it just had too much distance to it. Didn't allow for any player in white there to get on the receiving end of that. And Fiore was all smiles there as it went out for a goal kick. Under 18 minutes to go here in half number 1. Glad you all could join us here tonight. Last game of May for both of these teams, trying to end the month on a high note. Cassin Shar sends it away to no one. It was really the only play Cassin Shar had there. It was a bit of a stubble of a couple of passes at the back there for LVU. And now it goes out for a throw-in on the far side of the field. Megan Quinn, who gets acclimated to this game, she puts a good tackle in there, and she sends it forward to Edwards. Plays it back. They're going to try to switch the field here. Mignon, she's the middleman, and now they have it with Jamie Webb down to our left. Here's Madison Major. Sidesteps one forward, and that forward will be licensed with a foul there. That was number 33, Chloe Odin there. Great job by her applying some pressure, and it'll be a free kick coming out for LVU. Major now almost loses it there. Gives it off to Cassin Shar. She'll find Jamie Webb. Problems once again between this back line. Didn't see a lot of that the other night, but the past couple of minutes, it's been a little testy. Edwards doing a great job receiving and getting that ball back on the carpet for Cassin Shar. Williams now, just on the outskirts of that circle there at midfield. Now Cassin Shar. She's got some room to work with, and she's quickly sent away by one of the HEX attackers. Now trying to switch the field once again. Jamie Webb's there before Alina Fritz could get to it. And now a long shot taken and just wide. Fiore down to her right. So the outstretched arms did not get near the ball. And I think she might have had it covered as well if it was on net. Decent attempt, though, this Hex team. They've taken about 5 shots now from 25 plus outs. They've tested Fiore on net with about 2 of them. The other one she was glad to see go wide of her goalposts. Approaching 15 minutes to go here in the first 45. In the middle of the field, Anderson back to one of her central defenders in Winterstein. See if they can't work it around that far right side of the field. Maybe work it up to Chloe Uden. That one gets past a couple of players, but it falls down to number 3. The Song dancing between a few. Lastro, and it's sent away by Kassenchar. Here comes Anderson again. That's a good ball. Uden just could not corral it with that left foot as she was trying to make the turn on the outskirts of the 18. They come right back once again, does Hex FC. Anderson there, the defensive midfielder late in this first half for Hex. That one played in, and Major's got to send it away, and she does at the dying seconds, and she's actually going to win a free kick out of that. So it almost looked like a disastrous moment for Madison Major. She does just enough. She's fouled in the process of making that critical defensive recovery, and it allows for Fiore to steer it clear after the last 2 minutes dominated by Hex FC. So the game, first 15 minutes, it was really, really even. The next 10 minutes or so, it was all LVU, and now these past 5 minutes, it's been Hex. So it's been a very even first half. That throw in far side of the field, flicked along by 1, and now 2 collide. That's Kassenchar. And Edwards now. Look to that far side of the field. She still has an outlet, and she finds, that's Primware trying to send Williams through, and she's offsides. Poked it into the goal for good measure, the first offside call of the night. And now here come 3 substitutions for LVU and a single substitution for Hex. Entering the game for LVU, number 4, Rihanna Walker. And re-entering the game for LVU, number 27, Lana Warinsky. And number 28, Grace Craig. Who was the one that came in for?
White.
Yeah, 21.
Hey, Bill, who came in for White?
I think it was 21.
21.
Entering the game for Hex FC, number 21, Elliot Policare. Just about 12 minutes to go here in the first 45 here at Gwynedd Mercy University. Still 0-0 between these two teams. There's been a lot of opportunities for the first goal of this one. The keepers have been stout, and a couple of the saves coming from Fiore. Really the best save. Fiore's made a few, but the best save has come from Samantha Merklin on Megan Steinbach when she cut in about 20 minutes ago. Far side of the 18 on that right foot. She got a brilliant shot away, and it required the utmost brilliant of saves from Merklin. Here's Anderson right on the Griffins logo. Sends it along. Here's Uden up top. Does a nice job holding things up. And Warinsky back into the game. She tries to cause some pressure there on the back line of Hex FC. Stabbing her left boot in there was number 14. That's Greenstein. And now they'll resettle here, Hex FC, with Winterstein. Winterstein now, she's in some trouble, and Warinsky comes away with it. She needs some help, though. Those two will battle for it, and Winterstein, she is able to settle things down, sends it forward. And now here's Uden, but she could not get there before Kassenchar. And now back into the middle of the park. This is Anderson. She has the ball at her foot every 2 seconds. And then the outlet pass, just an errant one as it goes out of bounds. And now here come a trio of substitutions for LVU and one for HEX FC. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 3, Megan Steinbach. Number 13, Alexandra Barish. Number 18, Alexis Castro. And number 11, Brooke Cummins. Re-entering the game for HEX FC, number 32, Elliot Forney. So Barish, Steinbach, Castro, and Cummins into the game here. After that brief whistle. The possession this last 20 minutes, the advantage has gone to HEX FC. And they'll spill it out to the near side here. And the cross that was sent in was not up to par with what Ava Hassan was hoping for. And now here comes a substitution for HEX. Re-entering the game for HEX FC, number 36, Aubrey Bogard. Under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Fiore's going to tell her 2 central defenders to move upfield a little bit. She'll take this one for a ride. Sends it forward. The only one to meet it was one of the HEX midfielders. And it falls down to Forney. That one too far out of the reach. And it'll go out of bounds for a LVU throw-in. So we've seen a lot of different moving pieces between both of these teams tonight. A lot of players in some different spots. We've seen almost every player on the roster enter tonight's game here in the first 45. There's only been a few players who we have not said so far this evening. So getting a lot of looks at a lot of different athletes here in front of us. Approaching 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. That one sent away by Anderson. Rihanna Walker, the right back at the moment, does a great job for LVU. And she steers it clear off the head of Forney. She's able to settle it down. Draped by one defender in Alexandra Barish. And Barish slides, gets all ball with that one. Stalls the imminent attack here as Anderson comes forward. Far side of the field, cuts in. That one sent in with the left foot. It's a good ball. And just getting beyond Walker there was number 35. That was Frizz. And it was just too far out of her reach. Walker couldn't do anything about it if it fell a few feet shorter to Alina Fritz. And now it'll be a goal kick once again for Fiore. And the aerial game has been dominated as of late by this HEX FC team. Every time Fiore tries to send one away, it's sent right back. That's Barish right there doing a great job. As I was mentioning, the aerial presence was lacking for a few moments on the part of LVU. Barish creates something for Steinbach, and then a yellow card will be assessed to number 3. That's Ava Hissong as she took down Steinbach from behind. It seems warranted, though, because Steinbach was in front of Hissong. Could have been an opportunity as she had a couple players to her left trying to enter the 18. Under 6 minutes to go here, Castro is going to send one into the box. You have 5 players on the outskirts there, and then Mignon make it 6. Looking to be in the attack here. That one sent in. Steinbach She's able to get there. Can she keep it in? She can. Now she's going to try to spin the player that just fouled her. And Steinbach does that, sends it in, but it was blocked away. Warinski gets a foot in there, jousted between her and Crampton, and sent away. And then it falls down to, this is Fritz, switches things. We talked about it. This team loves to switch sides of the field, and they do it very quickly. That one sent in. Who's there? It's Uden, and she scores. It fell to Chloe Uden, and she made no mistake there about 8 yards out, and she buried it past Fiore. That's the first goal of the contest, and it goes to HEX FC. They lead 1-0 here, under 5 minutes to go in half number one. So Chloe Uden breaks the deadlock here late in the first 45. We talked about how this team likes to switch fields so quickly. And after a couple great plays from Megan Steinbach on one side of the field, it was Hex that came back. They drove down that far right side, and it was terrific awareness and a brilliant finish on the part of Uden there to snag the 1-0 lead here for her team. Been a pretty back and forth first half, as we have talked about, and give credit to one of the substitutions for making a pretty sizable impact here as it stands, the winning goal. Once again, they try that right side of the field, one-on-one, send it into the box. Uden's there, and it gets past her and Major and finds the hands of Fiore. So some dangerous moments these past couple of minutes. The one resulted in the opening goal. Fiore sends the next one away. Here's Warinski now. Trying to move forward. Gets past one. Tries to get past the other. She's held up. And doing a nice job defending there on Megan Quinn. Was one of the Hex midfielders. Great win by Alexis Castro there in the half-field circle. Now spinning on that far side of the field and getting away from two. That is Lesko. And trying to get it to one of her fellow attackers there. Not sure the number as Barish is found guilty of a foul. Really in the same spot that we saw the free kick about 8 minutes ago. And this one's going to be sent in by number 32, Elliot Forney. Approaching 90 seconds to go here in half number one. Forney with a right-footed in-swinger. She's got 4 players in the box in white. That one sent in, it's high, and it is a perfect catch there at a good height for Anna Fiore. Comes out and claims it. That punch sent away. Barish knocks it down. It was Quinn who couldn't find it. And a nice job there by Cummins, dispossessing what was Lesko. She tried to feed it to the surging Steinbach. And now it's sent back down for Castro to knock it out of bounds. Under 1 minute to go here in half number one. I would assume we have at least a minute of stoppage time. That one played in, back post is there. And it's bobbled around. It could not find the foot of, it might have been Holmes who was in there, but the header back across the box, courtesy of Lesko. She did everything right, but last-ditch defending from whether it was Madison Major or it could have been Castro, whoever it was. That was a vital touch as this game stays 1-0. 10 seconds to go here in first half regulation. 2 minutes of stoppage time, though, I'm being told. So plenty of time for one more opportunity for either side. Wawrinski settles nicely, tries to play it across the 18, couldn't do so, falls to Steinbach. Now those two will try to create something. Steinbach keeps it in, and now it's touched out of bounds by Lesko. So the 2 minutes of stoppage time kicked in about 15 seconds ago, and here comes Walker with what she hopes to be a long throw-in. And she tries to provide just that, headed away by Winterstein. Now Walker in a heap of trouble. And knocked out of bounds. Last touch off of Alexandra Barish. Short throw in there from Hassan. And spinning away from danger, Forney. She'll send it forward. Castro's there. Plays catch with Cummins. She'll try to move forward. Sent away momentarily. Square ball back into the middle of the field. Mignon calmly deals with it. Back to Majors. And now here's Walker. Walker, great strength right there. She tries to push it forward to Barish. And she was held on from behind by Lesko. So after her pass was blocked away by one of the HEX FC defenders, she gets the reward of the whistle. And now what's probably the last attack here of half number one will be sent in by Castro. Decent ball, needs some help. It's Anderson who sends it right away into the turf. Majors couldn't do anything with that attempt to try to send it back to her forwards. Here's Walker. Tries to move it to Mignon, who's played the entirety of this first half. And that is the final whistle as the first 45 is in the books. 1-0. HEX FC in front of LVU. A goal late in that first half, a scramble in the box, and it was a punctuating finish on the part of Chloe Uden. Thank you all for joining us once again here this evening. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half.
Buckley, the ball falls to Buckley. One-on-one with Etheridge. What a save! Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett. Ball comes in, a good head! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge. Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0. Herzma, but then for Vlasma! 3-0. Stewart Heights with a shot. Upper 90 and in. Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe now finds Stock. Finds Stock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it. It's in. The Red Hawks equalize.
Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? We're offering everything from player profiles, highlight videos for in-game highlights, as well as college evaluations of the overall videos, and much more. Our packages include player profiles, where you can highlight your preferred positions, the club, the school, or league that you play in, your current contact of your coach, academics and accolades, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more, check below this video about all the packages and what we have to offer. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
For Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. One-on-one with Etheridge. What a save! Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett. Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge. Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0. Herzma, but then for Vlasma. 3-0. Stewart Heights with a shot. Upper 90 and in. Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? We're offering everything from player profiles, highlight videos for in-game highlights, as well as college evaluations of the overall videos, and much more. Our packages include player profiles, where you can highlight your preferred positions, the club, the school, or league that you play in, your current contact of your coach, academics and accolades, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more, check below this video about all the packages and what we have to offer. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Sacker down by the end line. Pushes across. Lose your eye! And just like that, 1-1. Now Elders may look to take a shot. He does, and he buries it! Steps up, and just like that, Reed Dennis comes up big. Lose your eye, 1-on-1. Lose your eye. Oh, he'll be taken down inside the box.
Knocks back in. Nationals got it. Bicycle kick for a goal.
Now Sacker. Sacker into the 18. Sacker shot. That goes off the goalkeeper's glove into the net. 2-1 here in the 32nd. This one played in. That's a good ball. And that one goes in. And just like that, the Nationals now have a 1-0 lead. Walensky puts his far post, one-touch opportunity, and what a great goal that was!
Joaquin Beatty of Ohio League.
Look at that shot from Sevy Roy. My goodness, Sevy Roy with a left-footed banger.
Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? We're offering everything from player profiles, highlight videos for in-game highlights, as well as college evaluations of the overall videos and much more. Our packages include player profiles, where you can highlight your preferred positions, the club, the school, or league that you play in, your current contact of your coach, academics and accolades, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more, check below this video about all the packages and what we have to offer. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
For Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save! Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett. Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge. Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0. Burzma, but then for Vlasma. 3-0. Doing Heist with a shot. Upper 90 and in. Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? We're offering everything from player profiles, highlight videos for in-game highlights, as well as college evaluations of the overall videos and much more. Packages include player profiles, where you can highlight your preferred positions, the club, the school, or league that you play in, your current contact of your coach, academics and accolades, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on.
Understand that at home there may be some technical difficulties with the camera buffering and not giving a clear and coherent picture. We tried to fix things during the 15-minute halftime intermission. We were unable to
get anywhere with that, so we'll keep you updated as things progress here in the second half. As Lana Warinsky now inside the box, shoot, and it didn't go. She got all the way to the corner of that 6, and it looked as almost she tried to toe poke it past Samantha Merklin, and she got a lot of speed behind it. Merklin got a right hand to it, pushed it up against the crossbar, and it ricocheted down right on the goal line. We have 2 new goalies, so it's not Merklin. It is number 97, Taylor Viccioni. And what a great first save. What a great initial impression into this game. May Leedy, the netminder for the second half here on the part of LVU Rush. We saw Leedy the other night. She let up the 1 goal, but she made about 6 or 7 saves. And man, we saw the great save from the starting goalie, Samantha Merklin, for HEX FC in the first half, as she denied Megan Steinbach. That one was licensed for the top corner, and Merklin got a hand to it. And then Taylor Viccioni, what a great save against Warinsky to keep this game 1-0 in favor of her team. Battle for it in the midfield. Castro taken down from behind by Uden. Just over 3 minutes gone here in the second half, much like the first half. It's been pretty back and forth. An immediate chance. And the whistles, they were heard in that first half. And we have a couple already here to begin the second half of action. 2 teams not afraid to get into it with one another. Tassenshar sends that one away. Blocked down and try to move it to whether it was Williams or Craig. It was televised by the HEX midfield, and that's a big tackle on the outside of the 18. Shot taken on, blocked. Pops back out, and then I think that's Mignot that goes to ground. Gets a crucial touch to it. Sends it to Craig, who sends it forward. Edwards couldn't do anything. Didn't say her name much. In the last 20 minutes of that first half, she was substituted off at one point. Here comes Uden once again, back to her right. And a trio of HEX players in there. They recycle it back out. They'll go far across to that side of the 18. And it's a cross that's stymied by Steinbach. And I think it was Castro, and it rolls in elegantly there to Leedy. She sends one away, possesses a terrific punt. A lot of strength, a lot of distance. Let's see if LVU can't use that in a positive way here. 5 minutes gone in the second half. It's been very entertaining so far. The same starting 11 for LVU that began this game on the field right now. Looks to be the same for HEX as well.
will infiltrate the offensive half of the field. And now Hex tries to switch the field. Flicked along. The second header won by Grace Craig. Now it's at the feet of Williams. Back to Craig. Craig will look, send it forward. Once Warinsky. And Haley Winterstein will see it roll out of bounds for a throw-in. That front three in the first half of Warinsky and then Williams to the left and Steinbach to the right, they created a lot of good opportunities. Steinbach probably the best chance. Warinsky a great chance here to start the second half. But they're going to have a lot more. They got to continue to remain solid defensively. Push the pace when they can. And Mignon, Barish, they got to keep winning that midfield battle. Here's Williams. That pass, it was intended for Warinsky, but it finds Edwards. Edwards now, one-on-one. Shot taken and a goal. What a finish, Brooke Edwards, as she ties this one up early in the second half. That was a composed, brilliant finish there on the part of Edwards as she was able to slide it past that left-hand side of Taylor Vicioni as the score goes to one apiece. And now an opportunity for Hex. Shot taken, and what a save. Called upon and answering once again. That is May Leedy. We saw it the other night. We see it again here. All four goalies that we have seen in the game tonight. 2 for Hex, 2 for LVU. They have all made some outstanding saves. Not sure who propelled that shot on net, but it was pretty decently taken. Now the ensuing corner. Headed away. And with this game at 1-1, things are about to be turned up a notch. Here's Williams. He might have been offsides. The pass, he is. It was just a touch late. We have a good vantage point from up here in the booth, and it was probably the right call. Just a hair offsides. Cam Williams, he got a bit too eager, could not hold the run. And whether that pass is released a second earlier or Williams, she holds that run, kind of goes perpendicular to the way she was running, whatever it might have been. That was a huge opportunity and one that goes to waste. Look at these teams trying to send those through balls to their forwards at the moment. And they're amounting into some level game right now between these two teams. Very enjoyable to watch. That one sent forward, but to no one. Steinbach was really nowhere in the area to settle that one down. It was a ripper about 2 feet above the turf. And it rolls all the way down to that far side of the field. And it actually rolled out for a throw-in. So this could aid LVU in their next attack. But they don't get the numbers there to surround that corner throw-in. And Hex gets out of it pretty easily. Trying to dance between the two. Steinbach cuts off the Hex attacker, and now she runs away from her. Edwards tried to push it along to Barish to no avail. And now here is Lesko. Kassenchar sends it away. Warinsky chops it, tries to split two. She's taken down, and no whistle. That was a big moment in the game right there. You blow the whistle, that's a yellow card. You don't blow the whistle, here comes Hex. Back and forth we go. This game It has the meanings of a track meet at the moment. That one played in. Kassinchar's there. Settles it down quite nicely and steers it away. Takes a lot to receive a ball like that in the box. Kassinchar, when you're defending, you don't know who's behind you. Very collected and composed from the stalwart there at center back. Right here, this is 40. Couldn't do anything with it. It falls to Erin Stevenson and plays it back to Maddie Anderson, who was a substitution there in the first half into the midfield. And now she gets the nod to begin things at center back here in the second half. That long shot taken, and it's over the crossbar by just a couple of feet. Ripped off the foot of Sarah Fisher. Wonder what's going through both of these head coaches' minds at the moment. The 11 that we see on the field right now, they're proving to display some sort of game at the moment. Really don't want any substitutions to break it up. We'll see how things are taken as we hit the 12-minute mark here of the second 45. 1-1. A goal in the first half for HEX FC by Chloe Uden. And then Brooke Edwards knotting things up just a few moments ago here. A classy finish with the left foot far post. And that's where we stand at the moment. Throw in right in front of us. Uden takes it down quite nicely and gifts it back to Avery Asong. And now they switch the field, much like they did a lot in that first half. Tried to get it to Fisher just out of her outstretched right foot, and forcing the throw in there on the far side of the field is Ariano Parker. Having to steer it away was Hannah Primware. Steinbach comes away from the pack after that throw-in. Tries to outlet Warinski. Edwards is there as well. And good awareness as they send it back to Vichoni. And Williams sees it roll out of bounds right in front of her own bench. And we will have an LVU throw-in. Grace Craig looking for options. She has Barish cutting. She'll find the feet of Williams. Williams, two defenders draped over her. Williams, end line, tries to get there. She does. Cross across and comes out to Barish, and then her stab at it with the right foot. No one in the vicinity there, far side of the box, and it trickles out of bounds for a goal kick. $14 minutes gone here in the second half of action to get things back underway. Sending it up the field. Mignon tries to settle. Back to Kassinchar. And now Alexis Castro. Like a rifle up there at forward right now. Sarah Fisher, she's all over the place. And then there's Kira Lesko. Those two, they got some speed to it, much like Steinbach and Williams do. Wawrinski does for LVU. Fisher and Lesko right there. They can prove to be a lot to deal with as the back line tries to pass it around one another. Here's our first substitution of the second half. Jamie Webb. She'll enter for Hannah Primware there at the right back position. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 20, Jamie Webb. Back underway here. Webb throws it into Steinbach, far side of the field, and Webb's clearance hits the back of Bogard. So we'll try it again there. Same spot. Another throw in. And now it'll be Hex's turn to throw it in there along the midfield line. Down to the feet of Forney. She'll have to be good with her touches there in the middle of the field, and she gets it back to her netminder, Taylor Vicioni. Anderson sends it forward, hoping for Fisher, knocked away by Webb. But Hex maintains possession in the middle of the field. This is a song. That's a dangerous pass. And it was Barish who made him pay. Here's Williams now. Two defenders get back for Hex. Williams trying to make something happen inside the 18. Back to the right foot. Gives it to Edwards. No, this is Werneski. Oh, and a save by Vicioni. Warinsky was one-on-one with Vicioni. And about 7 out, she put it right into the chest of the Hex keeper. It made for, in the end, an easy save. And Warinsky, she's going to be dwelling on that one, knowing that she could have done a little bit better. Pick either side. It's most likely a goal. This game remains at 1-1. A joust for it in the middle of the field. Pokes away. Here's Mignon. And now Williams. This is where the good things happen for LVU. Williams, end line, cuts it back, right foot. Now back to Grace Craig. Craig sends it into the box. One's there for Hex. And she heads it away. It is aided with a second header by Hex, but only as far as Mignon, and then she's dispossessed. And now here we go, coming the other way. This is Kira Lesko. Lesko tries to find Udin. Udin's going to get there. One-on-one with Castro. Udin takes the shot, and it's over the crossbar. Great play back and forth from both of these sides. Warinsky should have probably scored at one end. Udin with a great chance at the other. And here come a couple of substitutions. Re-entering the game for Hex FC, number 13, Ella Holmes, number 35, Alina Fritz, and number 37, Catherine Crampton. Under 27 minutes to go here in regulation. Those three substitutions back into the game for Hex. Near side of the field, trying to escape from Williams is Winterstein, and she does so, and then she's taken down by Williams, and she does it in a legal fashion. What a great tackle by Cam Williams. Now she's got some space to roam. And now she's taken down. That's surely going to warrant a whistle. And it'll be a free kick awarded to LVU. This game's still 1-1. It doesn't feel like it's 1-1. It feels like a 4-3 type of game. But the way the goalies have stood on their heads all night long, we remain at just 2 total goals. We feel as though there's a couple more left in the tail. It'll be Grace Craig to throw it in. Really, even in the first, I should say the first, about a little less than 20 minutes here into the second half, there have been plenty of chances for both sides. The one was taken advantage of by Edwards. It's hard to believe that we only have 2 goals in this game. Throw in awarded to LVU on the far side of the field. The substitutions have slowed down a bit for both sides here in the second half. We saw the 3 a little bit ago, but 3 through 20 minutes. Not what we saw in the first half, as that shot's taken on just a little bit wide of Vicioni's near post. And here come 2 more substitutions now. So they start to pick up a little bit for LVU. Their first 2 here of the second half. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 2, Madison Major. And number 6, Haley Primware. We get back underway. That front three for LVU still intact. They've been very good moving forward tonight. They're going to try to do more of that here in the final 23 and change. Mignon heads it down to Winterstein, and then that pass trying to connect with Erin Stevenson, just too far out of her reach. Hex sends it away, hoping and getting it to Holmes. Holmes will try and turn, but she's fended off by Kassenchar, and Kassenchar just couldn't keep it in along the sideline in her defensive half. Here comes another substitution for LVU. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 14, Lucy Greenstein. Lucy Greenstein. That's her first nick of action here in the second half, and there's Williams who goes down. And is a yellow card going to be presented here? It will be. So that's the second yellow that the referee has pulled out here in this game, one in the first half, and now this one here in the second half. I don't know exactly who that was assessed to. It very well could have been Stevenson, and here are a couple substitutions. Re-entering the game for Hex, number 20, Caitlin DiCandilo, and number 23, Lola Wojciechowski. Re-entering the game for LVU. I already said her. Did you? Yeah. Under 22 to go here in the second half of action. Kassenchar sends it forward, but to no one. And it was Stevenson who picked up that yellow card. She settles things down and now sends it forward, blocked off by Kassenchar. Now, Kassenchar wasn't expecting that pass to be played back to her. It was Haley Primware who thought those two were going to be on the same page. And now Primware is going to have to foul. That's DiCandilo. So this is a favorable position for Elliot Fournier to lift one into that backside of the 18. See if they can't win the first. Maybe they get a fortuitous bounce for the second. We'll see how this one's carried out. It's sent in. That's a decent-looking ball. Needs some help. There's the follow. A scramble for it, and it's punched wide. That's what they were hoping for, Hex, right there. You win the first ball, and you allow your players to kind of swarm that 5-foot radius of where it's going to bounce on the second opportunity. And they got a stab at it, just a little bit wide. They come right back, though. This is Holmes. Back to Lesko. She was thwarted off it by Primware. Brooke Edwards couldn't do anything with that. Steinbach couldn't get to it. And after those two struggled in trying to intercept those passes, they're rewarded with a team throwing. Major gets it back, and she gives it away. Luckily, Mignon's there. And they're not going to get the ball off Sophia Mignon in the middle of the field. Steinbach couldn't get through a couple. She's dispossessed. Here's Lesko. Lesko feathers it through. Shot taken on, and it's just wide. It was the left peg of, I think it was Parker. And she just steered it a little bit wide of Leedy's goal. So 3 substitutions for Hex.
Yes. One second.
Re-entering the game for HEX FC, number 11, Aaron Seabrook. Number 21. There's not a Elliot Policare, and number 39, Samantha Bardener. And entering the game for LVU, number 12, Sarah Hurley. Couldn't find it for a second. Far side of the field, poked along, Kassinkar boots it away. And a high boot is the whistle there. Too close into the face of Cam Williams was the left foot of, that's Wojciechowski there at the left back position. That free kick right into the chest of Wojciechowski. She settles it down. Steinbach backs off of one player, and Hex sends it all the way to Leedy, who brings it back into her own box. Under 18 to go here in the second half. Time now becoming a factor for both of these teams. It's a tie game at the moment, a result for both sides, but the way this game has gone, someone is surely going to come away victorious. And I would think these sides, they keep pushing the pace here in the final, let's call it 20 minutes. We're going to get a couple of minutes of stoppage time. Leedy way out of her goal, and she had to get that one right and keeps it in play on top of that. Williams doing a nice job forcing that errant pass, and now she could get it back here, but she just doesn't have the speed. Oh, but she does. And now she's going to get to it. Now one-on-one Williams, and she's taken off the ball, but not before she wins a corner. That was a great duel there between, it's Williams and I think it's Winterstein. Those two, they showed some speed. They showed some flashes of attacking awareness, and then the defensive ability from Winterstein doesn't let Williams go any further, but the ensuing right-footed in-swinger, that's a decent ball, back post, punched away by Vachoni. And as Hex tries to clear, they can't connect with their forward. 2 substitutions set to check back into the game for LVU at the next stoppage. We have a whistle, and it's going to be a foul going against Hex. Steinbach draws it for LVU, and here come those 2 substitutions. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 4, Rihanna Walker, and number 30, Megan Quinn. Approaching 15 minutes to go here in the second half. Corner going to be taken from the far side of the field by Cam Williams. It's lifted in beautifully. Kassinkar's there, and she heads it wide. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 13, Alexandra Barish. Sophia Mignon departs. Alexandra Barish replaces her in that midfield. This one's sent away by Vachoni. Far side of the field, that pass, I'm not sure what Hex was looking at there. Edwards was the only player in that passing lane, and it's not taken advantage of by Edwards and her team. No one running there on that through ball attempt. So this game, the first half, very lively, back and forth. The first 20 minutes here of the second half were brilliant to watch. And now the opportunities have kind of taken a back seat for both of these teams. It's been rather choppy, a lot of throw-ins, a lot of substitutions, really no rhythm able to be generated by either of these sides in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Brianna Walker, the defender there on the far side. She's going to be helped by Cam Williams. Last off of Walker as per our match referee, Sean Gallagher, running up and down the middle of the field here tonight. And here's one substitution coming back into the game for HEX. Re-entering the game for HEX FC, number 32, Elliot Forney. Exactly 13 minutes to go here in regulation. Plus the inevitable 2 minutes or so of stoppage time that'll be put on at the end of it. That's a good ball there. Edwards trying to get to a couple. Excuse me, this is not Edwards. That is Megan Quinn right there, putting in a pretty decent shift here in the second half. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 11, Brooke Commons. Trimware sends it forward, gets it back. Couldn't get it back to Edwards, though. Quinn's there. Here's Cummins, who just checked back into the game. That's a good pass. But it was Primware. She couldn't do anything with it. Quinn sends it back. An emphatic header sent away by Winterstein. She has been brilliant tonight as one of those center backs for HEX. And Barish, she's been equally as good in the middle of the field. Tries to send through Edwards, but she's called off sides. Battle for it in the corner down to our right results in a goal kick for LVU. And here comes 2 more substitutions. Mignon, a quick rest for the Rush, and Megan Steinbach also re-enters. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 3, Megan Steinbach, and number 44, Sophia Mignon. Approaching 10 minutes to go here. On the scoreboard behind the goal of Leedy. 1-1. It's still what it says. It just feels like it's a little bit more. Steinbach gets her first touch on it since re-entering. Tries to use that speed and a great right foot there to keep it alive for herself. But the next pass was not where she wanted it to be. Fortunately enough, though, it'll be a throw-in for LVU. Commons flicked along. And you just wonder there, Steinbach and Edwards went up for that one. If Steinbach played the flick, they would have been in business. Nicely done, though, by HEX to work it all the way out from their goal to the midfield and now into the attack. They got options. They go with the one on the left flank. This is Fisher, denied by Walker, and it's a goal kick. After all that, great job by Rihanna Walker there. Steinbach dispossessed. This is Forney. Mignon battling in the middle of the park, and she'll just send it away for a throw-in. And that one just sent away. That corner kick sent in, back post. And Barish doing a nice job, but another corner will be rewarded to Hex. Under 8 minutes to go here. Left-footed corner kick is going to have the rotation. It's sent in. It's a scramble for it. Shot taken, blocked, and sent away by Kassenschar. They couldn't get it to Steinbach. Here comes Hex again. That's a great ball put in, and Leedy had to be perfect. What a game it has been. The goalies, the back lines, they're up and down the field, both of these teams. It has been a pleasure to watch. Under 7 minutes to go. That punt sent away by Leedy. Edwards tries to flick it along. Steinbach, it wasn't close enough to her. Bouncing ball back to Viccioni, and she scuffed it. Luckily, it was right to one of her central defenders in Crampton. And now here's Forney. Outlets far side of the field. They're going to utilize that left flank once more. Send it up. Piped up the middle. Headed away by Barish. Here's Policare in the corner. A fight for it. Two LVU defenders are there. Cummins blisters it back up the middle of the field. Settled down, though, by Hex. Approaching 6 minutes to go in the game. Pumped back up the middle of the park. And they'll connect once again. This is Hex. It's all Hex at the moment. Steinbach doing a great job dispossessing, interrupting everything, but she immediately loses it. Going back and forth with the right to the left. That is Forney. She used up just enough time to release Fisher. Her ball across the box. Steinbach gets pushed off the ball and a whistle. Steinbach a bit shaken up. Seems to be all right. Here comes 5 total substitutions for both of these teams. Re-entering the game for Hex, number 7, Sarah Fisher. Number 2, Kira Lesko. And number 38, Maddie Anderson. Re-entering the game for LVU, number 27, Lana Warinsky. Number 18, Alexis Castro. And number 28, Grace Craig. We're now under 5. Out of the 90. Kassenschar gets it back in, back to Leedy, back to Kassenschar. Common, she could not keep it in. The tough pass she received from Kassenschar. There is Uden, the lone goal scorer for HEX FC. Pumps it forward to this is Fisher. She'll dance in the middle. Let's go. Shot taken on. Saved by Leedy. It was coming right for the top of her forehead, and Leedy didn't have to move too much. A rather easy save for her. Keeps this game knotted at 1 apiece. Sends the punt away. Not her best. Mignon hopes to help it on. Couldn't do so, but Steinbach will. Cuts up the middle of the park. Steinbach, Williams, touches it down. Edwards trying to find Williams again. This is the matchup they want. Williams one-on-one, Winterstein. And what do we have? We have a goal kick. Williams can't believe it. It wasn't Winterstein there defending. It was Crampton. What a great job from Caitlin Crampton there, as she did not allow Williams to progress any further up the field, cut in, anything of that sort. Now Steinbach's going to dispossess Winterstein there. Something could be Steinbach's cross goes to nobody. Nothing done there. And now it's Warinski who tried to strip that square ball clean. Barish. This is good pressure here. Late in the 90 from LVU. Williams. Can she get a cross in? Can she win a corner? She'll win a throw-in. I don't think we'll be seeing any other substitutions from either side. Approaching 2 minutes to go here. Williams now one-on-one. Can she get a ball in the box? She can. The only one there, though, is an HEX defender. Barish doing a great job heading it back to Warinski. Steinbach tries to get it to the right foot. She steered away for a second. Gets it to the left foot. Shot taken, and it's blocked. Mignon now. Mignon gets it back. Can she get a ball inside the 18? And she ran out of real estate there along the end line. It did stay in, though. And now Mignon wins it back. But she hit it right into Winterstein's right foot, and HEX is able to clear it away. Approaching 90 seconds to go within the last 2 minutes of the initial 90 minutes. Here comes HEX. And a good job there from Barish. Retreating defensively. 2 minutes of stoppage time is what we are being told. So we have just over 3 minutes left of real game action. Far side of the field. And Steinbach couldn't keep it in. And a goal kick will be awarded too, after there were some yells about whether it was a corner or a goal kick. It's a goal kick. Here's Williams trying to get, it's actually there, that's Warinski, and she's tripped up, and this one will be brought back. Ten seconds on the scoreboard, and the 2 minutes of stoppage time about to be implemented. From midfield, Kassenchar sends it in. Flicked along by Barish. Defenders were there as well to deny her. Here's Commons. Mignon. She fires one in. That's a great ball. Headed away by Winterstein. And then flicked along and steered away by Forney. And now we'll send it away for good measure, trying to find Udin. They do. Mignon's there, though, to halt any further progression. Here's Steinbach, hoping for someone. Sent across. Can Warinski get there? She can. What great speed. She keeps it in. Well, that's Edwards right there, I should say. Edwards 29, Warinski 27. That one piped forward over the head of Kassenchar. Castro and Uden. Uden shot and a goal. What a finish there. Chloe Uden. That's a double for this HEX team. And we knew there was going to be one more goal left in the tail. Chloe Uden does it once more. It was over the head of Kassenchar, and that's a heartbreaker for this LVU RUSH team. 2-1 the score at the death of this game. Chloe Uden knocks it past Leedy. HEX FC goal scored by number 33, Chloe Uden. After it seemed like LVU was going to have the last crack at goal, they come right back. HEX FC just over the head of Kassenchar, and Uden caught Leedy off of her line, and what a brilliant finish that was. There might be one last attack here if they hurry for LVU. That Williams pass isn't going to do it as she wanted Barish. And now as it trickles out of bounds, that will surely warrant the final whistle. Man, that's a brilliant finish. Not easy to do. About 25 out, and Uden in the, what was probably the 93rd minute, 92nd minute, one or the other. A terrific finish. Kassenchar, a hopeful ball, finds Barish. Steinbach tries to flick it along. Warinsky wants a whistle for a foul. Luckily, the final whistle doesn't come just yet. They have one more opportunity here. Ball in the box, sent away. And there's the final whistle. 2-1 your score. HEX FC goes back home victorious. What a game it was. Chloe Uden, both goals for HEX. Brooke Edwards knotted it up at 1 in the second half. And then just a few moments ago, Uden with that second goal. Thank you all for joining us here this evening on WPSL.com. My name's Dave Steinbach, signing off from Gwinnett University. Have a great rest of your night.
Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? We're offering everything from player profiles, highlight videos for in-game highlights, as well as college evaluations of the overall videos and much more. Our packages include player profiles, where you can highlight your preferred positions, the club, the school, or league that you play in, your current contact of your coach, academics and accolades, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on.